get closer to the truth. My name is Amit, Kainth, and I'm the author of the book, The Gift, The 7 Laws of Success. And I'm on a journey, call it a quest, into finding people from all over the globe to bring them here into these studios and to your television screens at home on reasons why we're here on this physical plane called Earth. Now, today's show is all about the key to transformation. And I've got a very special guest who's going to talk to us all about this particular topic. And not only is she a mentor, she holds workshops internationally. She's also an author of an international book, which we're going to find out more about. And her success came from the reversal of her MS. Let's please welcome Helen Christodoulou. Welcome on board.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good.
So thank you for first of all coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Tell me your journey. How did you get to this stage?
Okay, so it was 1999. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So that's where things kind of began. I was paralysed to my waist, and things weren't good. I didn't know what MS even was at the time. I was sort of like really innocent to the whole concept. However, I was whisked into the clinic. I was paralysed to my waist, and they put me on intravenous cortisone. It didn't go too well for me, and for some reason I just made an internal vow myself that I would find another way to deal with my situation. And I'm not by any means saying to people that they should replace their meds with unconventional ways. I'm just sharing my own unique story, and that's how it was for me personally. So I just want to emphasize that point.
Great. Okay, so obviously now you are the founder of the Fusion
7 Healing.
Tell me more about that.
Okay, so after I was diagnosed, I closed the doors basically on conventional medicine because I was really allergic to a lot of stuff and couldn't do the cortisone, obviously. So I just started investigating like alternative ways to deal with my situation. So it all started very, very physical. It was about, about being unwell physically. And so I explored many things and studied many, many different modalities. But I always felt that I felt a bit limited by it. I just wanted more. I wanted to know more. And I didn't just want to be in a state of balance. I really wanted to retrieve my health and be even better for it. And that's where it all began. And so I started to be a guinea pig towards myself firstly, and found that when I started to embrace things like universal laws, vibrational frequency of light, colour and sound, sacred geometry and alchemical concepts, and then things really started to kick into gear big time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so now you teach this, do you?
I do,
yes?
yeah.
And where do you teach this?
Well, I teach it primarily in Cyprus, which is where I live on the southern coast. But I'm starting to branch out a little bit now, and so I'm going to places like Thailand and Australia and dappling a little bit over here and just branching out now, really.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Now this is your book.
It is.
Okay, can
Yeah.
I just have a look at this?
Of course.
Let's show the camera this book. So this is the Fusion 7 Healing.
Yeah, the miracle frequency.
And
Yeah.
where can people find this book?
It's available on Amazon on paperback and on Kindle as well.
Okay, so tell me something. Why would I want to purchase this book? Tell me something. Give me something.
It's inspirational for one. Okay, so the reason one would want to purchase a book like this is, first of all, they probably want to be interested in things like metaphysics and cosmic law and that kind of thing.
What is metaphysics?
Metaphysics, it's beautiful, but what it is, it comes from a Greek word which is metaphysiki in Greek, and metaphysiki means actually beyond the physical, or it also means transformative physical if you really break down the etymology of the word. So it's really nature of beyond what we know, beyond the physical. That's what metaphysics is. But in terms of what it is functionally and mechanically, it is basically what we touched upon just before, which is the study of vibrational frequency of light, colour and sound primarily, and also cosmic laws, which are also the same as Hermetic principles, really. But Hermeticism have actually taken their principles from cosmic laws. So it's all kind of linked to that. It's also like the knowledge of things of energy fields, universal energy fields, the human energy fields, the human harmonic points, which are also known as chakras or energy centers. So all this stuff is energy stuff. And so when you have a good, deep, comprehensive understanding on the functions and mechanics of how this stuff works, then you've already got your hands on a good way to heal, and that's all in the book.
Wow, sounds really powerful stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So how does one, work? How does someone use this practically then?
Practically, well, the first thing they could do, if they had like no clue, they could come for a session, for example. The other thing that I would invite somebody to do is to start reading about it, really, to understand cosmic law and metaphysics, which you can just find on Google. So that would be like the first thing that you would do. Once you have a comprehensive understanding of it, then you could start to apply some really simple methods into your own life. But it also has to do very much with developing intuition. So what I do, all the methods and templates that I've developed are not only based on metaphysics and cosmic law, but also on the development of your intuition. It's actually very important. It's not just, oh, she's intuitive. It's not just that. I believe that it's something fundamental that really everybody needs to get back in touch with.
So what does it actually benefit?
It can really benefit anything. I hate to sound corny, but it is true, because science is now understanding that actually everything is based on vibrational frequency of light, colour or sound. And scientific experiments are also telling us that if we use projections of sound, light or colour, that things can actually change. Like, there was actually something on social media the other day whereby they're using blue lights in the streets of Scotland, and it's actually reduced crime. So that's just one simple method whereby you could use colour in a very highly transformative way that has an effect on the collective consciousness.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is. It's really cool too.
Okay, so how does it connect with spiritual concepts?
It overlaps with spiritual concepts, and that is, for example, if we look into the scriptures, which are more religious concepts, but spirituality and religion can sometimes overlap. Some people see it as divide, but really it all overlaps. So, for example, in the scriptures, we have a mention of, if the eye is full of light, then the body shall be healed, for example. This is a spiritual concept, it's a religious concept, and it also applies to metaphysics. So there's an overlay.
Okay, so do you believe that there is a soul inside of our body?
Yes, it's everywhere, but we're sort of like carrying it within our body, like the body is the vehicle of it. I feel there's a lot of misconceptions of what soul actually is and means. But the most important thing is to be in touch with that.
And how does one do that?
Well, the most classic way is to meditate, but would you believe me if I was to tell you that I'm not a meditator? I don't actually do that.
No?
No.
So how do you connect with it then?
The way that I connect with it is basically doing something which could be anything. For some people it could be like classic meditation, and for others it could be like I used to teach fitness, for example, before I became really ill. And so if I was to get on the treadmill and do a run or do the elliptical for about 30-45 minutes, you get into a zone. And that zone could be what others may relate to as being highly meditative. So there could be really loud music, okay? But what it is, it's about being engaged with something that gives you, being engaged with your passion, let's say. So if you're engaged with your passion and you are focused on that, then that would be the same as somebody else who goes into contemplation and meditation.
Okay, so how would basically one then find that, okay, this is my passion and this is what I want to do, and let's say, for example, they're stuck in somewhere that they don't want to be. What does one do? How does someone come out of that?
Okay, so a really important thing to know is that most people are shackled either to the projections of their future or to the events of their past. So we've got to unlock those shackles. And there's a myriad of ways of doing that, of course. For some people, it could be really simple, like, doing an activity that makes them feel better, whether it's running at the gym, yoga, or meditation. Or if they really want to go into a deep transformative journey, then they would either take sessions or start learning things about the fundamental functions of the universe, I would say, and the cosmos.
Powerful stuff, but don't go too far because we're going to take a short break and we're back soon. See you shortly.